Once we reset the device, now click the bottom left to break the line. Now we can see that this screen is a setting screen of a front and rear terminal machine. Top left green switch. This runs the front terminal. When I light it yellow, the front machine stops working. The ongoing work is green. The back works the same, middle's yellow. Some backs are off. Turn it green and open it again. There is a setting for the pressure end jump feature. It's set to 3 mètres. It's about the terminal skipping. It's a feature because my current product is a 5-piece line out of 4. Wires have gaps. This is where we set gaps. There's a gap setting. If the gap exceeds 3 millimeters, it's 4.65, more than 3. The machine hits. Avoid gear jumps. I raise this value. If I set it to Wang Min, it won't switch because it is far apart, so if it is smaller than here, the terminal machine will automatically skip. Keep it below 4.05 to jump. Thanks a lot. It's a choice to jump or not. There's an easy way to set spacing. It's the wire gauge. It's the diameter of our wire. Set it to 1.0. I set the spacing to 1.0. All of this 1.0 will go into every box. In this way, there is no need for one hand to lose. We just need to tweak 4 values, count 5 terminals, the 4.65 in the middle, then count 5 terminals, 4.65. Just tweak these 4. We save input time. There are a total of 330 spots for terminals on this screen. At present, I have opened 20. It's a 20 product. So we have a total of 20 wires here. Turn on 20 terminals. Set it to 20. I switched it off, so no terminal is active. The platform runs, so he's going to tell a joke. Turn it on. If you want a joke, just click it again. If I leave it off, it's empty. This is where the front-end data connects to a terminal. The first line aligns with the pressure claw after moving 4 pieces. Front-end data. This is where glue goes before applying it. After cutting the thread, then it means that the distance between the front and the back is on the front and back 4 axes. Then the larger the data is. Let's check it out. The terminal may have less wire data. The bigger it is, the less new lines it will cross. If the data is reduced, it is likely that the core wire is longer or encapsulated. This is controlled by data. Branch line length, we need to split 60. The data corresponds to. Each line measures 30 units in length. Right here. Then divide the line reference value. Got it. What does that mean? The total length of the split is 60. We'll cut at 30. They are equal. If it's not the same length, it is necessary to adjust it through the reference value of the line. I'll tweak it if it's too long. Just compare front and back to adjust. Make sure to cut the line so that both sides are equal in length. This is one part of the function. Now there's a point move. After we finish positioning, we can start the point move. Click it, and the Money Master will come over. Now that we're at this position, let's check the wind eye claw. Is the first line vertically aligned? If it's not aligned, like if my line is off to the right or left, I'll adjust it by setting the brake position to align it. When we installed the pressure claw earlier, it was aligned with the center line of the mold, so this part is fixed. We can only adjust the servo left and right to align the first line with the risk line. This is a setting for the front pressure position. Now let's do a point move, and the first line is already pressed down. Second line, third line, all our point moves. The process of point moving is complete, then continue point moving, clamping the line and cutting the line. Here is an accessory, the positioning line accessory, which is installed on the slope clamp. This accessory ensures the consistency of the position of the rear end terminal line. This accessory is locked in place after the line is clamped and the horizontal clamp is finished. This is a positioning line, then do a point move. Now it's the turning clamp. Let's clamp the line. The turning clamp comes over to clamp the line, then move to the rear end. The installation of the rear end and front end flying line claws is the same, using the same steps and methods. Now the line has reached the rear end, and we will set the rear pressure terminal correctly. Right? Here are two. One is for forward pressure, and the other is for reverse pressure. Since we are choosing forward to forward, all terminals are pressed on the same side. At this point, we need to fill in the rear forward pressure terminal position. This data allows the rear end to shift, aligning the first line with this wrist turn. If it's too big or too small, the larger the data, the more it shifts to the right. The smaller it gets, the more it shifts to the left. Then through this adjustment, the first line also aligns with the wrist turn. Then we continue to point move, checking the terminals we pressed. Check the encapsulation situation of the front and rear ends. If the encapsulation has occurred, for example, if the front end is encapsulated, do you know? It's fresh and has grown encapsulated. When we increase the data and press another line, the terminal will change accordingly. Specifically, how much to add, we increase the length, the glue will decrease accordingly. This is the front end, while the rear end is the opposite of the front end. This is the rear encapsulation position. For the rear end, if you have less input, less output, or less time limit, this data needs to be increased. If the encapsulation core line is long, it should be reduced, which is exactly the opposite of the front end. So we need to pay attention when adjusting.